Hi, so I got a question on how you can model in ArchiCAD the ridge caps of your roofs. So basically those are the closing elements that you place on the edges on your roof. So there are two methods for doing this. One is to use the object element. So you go in your 2D view. This is the story on which I can see my roof. And I'm going to go to Object, and under 1.5 accessory elements you have here the Object Ridge Tile. So I've selected that, and you just place it on your floor plan. This is how it looks. Let's go see it in 3D. This is where it is right now, somewhere a bit in the air, but that's no problem. And now I'm going to just place it along the edges of my roof. So I'm going to rotate it. I'm placing it here and elongating it. Now I'm going back in my 3D view, and I am just going to select move and drag. And I'm just going to click here on this little point here and snap it to the edge of the roof. Once I did that, I noticed that I wanted to go the other way, the orientation of them, of the ridges. I want them, instead of going this way, for everything to go that way. So I'm going back in my floor plan. I'm selecting the object, and I'm going to say mirror. And as you can see now, they change direction because the water is going to flow in that way, so that's why. Now I'm going to drag a copy of it, so move, drag a copy, and I'm putting it over here, and I'm going to rotate it. And I'm going to elongate it about this long. Now I'm going to go in my 3D view, and I can see it here, but I need it to follow obviously the slope of the roof. So I'm going to select it, drag it down vertically. So I'm going to actually snap it over on this other edge, because this is the edge I can see. Here I don't see any edge. So I'm going to snap it over there. I'm going to select this point over here, the other end of the ridge. I'm going to have this option selected here, and I'm going to snap it up here. And this is how this looks right now. I'm going to go back in my 2D view, and I'm going to mirror a copy of this over here. So if you go in the 3D view, you can see the ridges. So basically now you can do this on all of them, and that's one option of modeling your ridge caps in ArchiCAD. This is a pretty easy way of doing this, although it takes a pretty long time if you have a complex roof. And another thing is that, for example, with a house like I have here, this more classic type of ridge cap, I don't really like it on it. So I'm going to show you another way of doing this that will work better with a more modern house. Okay, so now I'm going to show you another way of doing this for a more modern look. What I'm going to do is I'm going to select this roof, and I'm going to do move, drag a copy, and I'm going to drag it upwards, let's say 2 meters. I'm going to change the structure for it to be basic structure, and I'm going to change the thickness of it to be 3 centimeters. And also I'm going to change the color of it, the top color, so that it's a bit differentiated from the one below. Okay, once we did that, we're going to go back to our floor plan, and here is the roof that we just created. We can check that, let's say, by looking at the color. Okay, so it's the one we changed a second ago. It's the Paint 2 color. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my line tool, and I'm going to select this no arrowhead option. Let's say a color that is more visible, maybe one of these magenta ones, and I'm gonna trace out the planes of the roof. So I'm just gonna keep doing that, just tracing out all of the planes of the roof. Okay, once I did that, I'm gonna select each one of these traced out lines individually, like so. I'm gonna unsuspend the groups so that one group gets completely selected, and then I'm gonna suspend them again so that I can edit them. And I'm gonna click on one of these points and offset the edge by this option, 30 centimeters. So I'm gonna show it again. I'm gonna select a line, unsuspend the groups so that the whole group is selected again, and then I'm gonna offset it 30 centimeters. I'm gonna keep doing that for all of these lines that I drew before. So once we did that, I'm gonna select my roof. I'm gonna make sure it's the one with the different color, so the Paint 02 colored one. And with the roof tool selected, I'm gonna trace these magenta lines that we drew before. So like this. I'm just going along the magenta lines that we drew before. An easier way to do this is to use the magic wand. So hold down the space bar and click. As you can see, the hole was created. Again, again, and then once more. Okay, now if we go in our 3D view, we can see all of these holes created. All we have to do now is move the roof in place. So select it, move, drag. And I'm gonna take this point, put it down here, but now it's right on the edge of the other roof, so I'm gonna move, drag again, and I'm gonna drag upwards the thickness of it, so 3 centimeters. So there you go. This is the more modern option for modeling your ridge caps in ArchiCAD. I'm sure there's other way to do this, but these two methods are the ones I found most useful. Okay, I hope this helps. Bye.